Hello, hello. This is the Awful and Awesome Entertainment Wrap, episode 325. This is Rajyasree, and with us today we have the original co-host of Awful and Awesome, Deepanjana, who is currently managing editor at Film Companion. Hello, Deepanjana.
Hello, how nice to be back.
Yes, even though we are in two different cities, and
Life is cruel and unusual.
Yes, and we should both actually be in Calcutta because it's the last day of Durga Puja. But we prefer peace, so we are not in Calcutta.
We have long been bad Bengalis. It's not going to change in our old age.
Someone asked me that, do you want to go pandal hopping over here? Should I take you? So I said, no, I'm not going because there's no one to go with me. I'm not going to the pandals because I don't want to go to the pandals. So just to be clear, so they said, okay. So I said, yeah. So they definitely think I'm a bad bong, which is fine. But today we have a lot of intellectual stuff also because Abhinandan's not here. That's why. And we with the most intellectual film possible, which is OMG 2, which stars Akshay Kumar. So it's as intelligent as it gets. Then there's two films from the MAMI. When is the Geo MAMI Film Festival going to start? Deepanjana?
October 27th.
Oh, just now.
Yeah,
next
October
week.
27th.
Next week.
Literally this Friday.
Yeah, this Friday. So we are going to discuss two of the films which are going to be screened there. And we have Mumbai Diaries, the spectacular Mumbai Diaries season 2. And we have a great ad.
I just wanted, when I heard we were going to talk about OMG 2, I wanted a video of you watching it.
Yeah.
This is what I actually wanted. More than the film, I wanted a video of you watching it.
So I didn't realize what it would be like. Also, I've come back from a 7-day trip to Calcutta where there was a lot of things to do. I came back, I had house guests till last evening, and then I sat down to watch OMG 2. And at one point I thought, should I not watch it? Then I thought that I haven't finished Mumbai Diaries either, so now I have to watch it. But I took breaks during the film because I couldn't watch it in one shot. Were you able to watch it in one shot?
I didn't have a choice. I saw it at a press screening because as far as possible, I try not to give my money to certain films.
Certain films.
That way.
So OMG 2 stars Akshay Kumar, thespian Akshay Kumar.
Okay, to be fair to the film, the role that Akshay Kumar has is really an extended cameo.
Yeah.
The star of the film should technically be considered Pankaj Tripathi. And I think after Mirzapur and what is that? Criminal Minds, right? Or Guilty Minds. That's that show that he has on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it's Criminal Minds, I think it is, or maybe
he plays
it's
a
whatever.
lawyer. I've not seen it.
Yeah,
but I've heard that he is literally the sort of anchor for that show.
And he's just excellent.
Yeah, he's made an outstanding profile for himself purely on the basis of his acting. There's nothing else. And so I really think the star of OMG 2, when it was sort of, I know Akshay Kumar's faces on the posters, but the star was Pankaj. There you go. The star was Pankaj Tripathi, not Akshay Kumar. Technically, I think.
No,
which is also why I think it felt disappointing, because he can do better than what he gets to do in the film.
Yeah, of course. But if it wasn't for Pankaj Tripathi, it would be impossible to watch this film. That's the other thing. So the reason why so this film is written and directed by Amit Rai. It has Akshay Kumar, Pankaj Tripathi, Yami Gautam are the main people, recognizable faces. The others are character artists who you've seen here and there, but these are the star cast is this. Basically, and the reason why I wanted to watch it is I have been hearing a lot about that. It's a commercial film which has taken on this topic of masturbation, and it's done in a very sensitive way without being preachy and so on. So I wanted to see what the hype was about, actually. And anyway, Akshay Kumar is the emissary who comes to town to give little
with
dreadlocks, and which grow longer and longer by the minute, because it starts off as slightly short hair, but then it's a Hindi film, so anything's possible. But he comes in to give little pieces of advice and so on. The part which I found cute was that Nandi is walking behind him everywhere. That I thought was quite cutely done. And anyway, a court case happens because Pankaj Tripathi basically files a case against himself also, but all the people who have let down his son, which has led to his son being misguided, so to speak, which includes the school. And the school's lawyer is Yami Gautam, who is also the daughter-in-law of the owner of the school. Now, I thought, so it isn't a preachy film, for sure. I do think that it's brave to take on this topic for not for a Pankaj Tripathi film, but for an Akshay Kumar film. But then Akshay Kumar has made that film about Padman. So you expect him to take on these roles now. And
I think we have social issues in India only so that Akshay Kumar
can make films. That's what I was thinking. Who else will do this role if not Akshay Kumar? And that scene where he is dancing or posing like Shiv was too much for me. I had to take a break and say, okay, we'll come back to this in 10 minutes, because I think he got that written into the script that I will pose in this beautiful manner. I don't know. It's just, it was too much.
Akshay Kumar, I don't think even his most staunch fans will say he can dance. So this was very perplexing to me. But the problem, one of the problems with having Akshay Kumar be a manifestation of Mahadev is that one of Mahadev's facets is that he's Nataraj, the Lord of Dance.
But he dances in this.
Hence, dancing scene is required.
And but what a dance sequence.
Akshay Kumar is not Nataraj.
Yeah.
So, problem is happening there. But I just want to flag one thing that so OMG 2 is one of those films that got an adult certificate. It's in both in theaters as well as for its Netflix release. If you see, it is marked as an adult film. Now, this was something that the director, Amit Rai, was very, very upset about, and rightly so, I think.
Yeah, because
there's neither language nor imagery, there's nothing here
vulgar
that deserves an adult certificate. And especially, this was something that I remembered with great force very recently, because the last week's major Tamil release is a film called Leo by the actor Vijay, starring the actor Vijay, not by him, Lokesh Kanakraj's film, but starring Vijay. Leo has got a UA certificate in India. It is so violent.
Any of these slightly offbeat films that we've seen, which is even Dum Lagake, that film which has nothing, which is about being overweight.
Yeah.
You can address an important issue like body weight and so on, and body shaming, but keep it to a tight script and be logical. Those films were very logical films, in fact. Dam Lagake, which are the other ones which are Badhai Ho,
Shubh Mangal Zyada Savdhan, Badhai Do, a bunch of these films, and basically the filmography of Ayushmann.
I was just thinking, if Akshay Kumar is not available and you're fine with slightly fewer people coming to see your film, then Ayushmann Khurrana should be given a call, because they do the social awareness.
Yeah, but the interesting part is from a sort of industry watcher's point of view. So a lot of the problem of the film for me, one is, like I said, the humor doesn't quite land.
Yeah.
It also doesn't explore a lot of the really good ideas that it touches on without exploring. For example, how does how does a Shiva Bhakt, grown upper caste Hindu man, um, how does he make himself open to Ambedkarite philosophy? Like we see him educating himself, and then suddenly he's doing this sort of aarti to Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Great. I mean, I'm not complaining, but that would have been a nice thing to explore a little bit more rather than just cover in song sequences. The shame thing is very badly dealt with, and it just shows unwittingly, it shows how confused we are when it comes to sex and sexuality and attitudes to these things. Like sex, sexuality, shame, these are three kind of different things. Of course there are intersections, but this film shows you how confused they are in the Indian psychology,
and especially sex and sexuality and sex education. Like it's all a little hodgepodge. Like it's not interchangeable.
At one point, Pankaj Tripathi's character tells a sex worker who is brought in as a witness, opposing him essentially. While questioning her, he questions her for a bit and then comes to the conclusion.
There's the News Laundry News Minute Election Fund, which has just been opened up on the website. 5 states are heading towards the assembly polls, and News Laundry will be covering these elections with News Minute. And the reporters and producers will be traveling, and there's another election show which will also be, as in that's the name of the show, which will also be returning, which features Dhanya, Manisha and Atul in the election states. There'll be a lot of reports, analysis, interviews, videos, podcasts on ground, and then like basically on ground and not in studios. So this is independent ad-free reportage which you can make happen. So please contribute. newslaundry.com/election fund. You need to just log on to the website, and if you contribute, then it will only help you get better and better news. And I'll get to the next announcement later. But Deepanjana, tell us about the MAMI Film Festival 2023 and the 2 films that you've selected to tell us about.
So listen, the MAMI Film Festival is like my happy place.
Yes.
And it's coming back after 3 years, for which I'm hugely excited. This is, I can't remember what edition of the film festival it is, but it's about 17 or 18 years old now. I have been going to this festival almost since its first day. One of the reasons to absolutely adore this festival is that if you like world cinema, pretty much every major winner from Cannes, Berlin, Locarno, TIFF comes here.
Okay.
Right? Which is an incredible luxury to go to one festival and get all your world cinema picks at one go. So, though the film that I want to tell you about specifically from the Indian context, I actually think might find a platform, mostly because I don't know if you've been following, but Malayalam cinema has sort of really grown into a very vibrant space where they do unconventional things, but as far as other cinema cultures are concerned, and still do well at the box office. I don't know whether Atam, which is the film I'm talking about, whether Atam got a theatrical release, but I would not be surprised if it found a platform release, because it is a great mix of art house sensibilities and commercial pacing. Okay. By which I mean you do not get bored. There's not one self-indulgent moment. Basic premise of Atam. There's a theatre group that is performing a play. Most of the people in the group are long-standing members. It's male-dominated. There's just one woman who is an actor. But like most amateur, semi-professional theatre groups, everyone does a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
At the point at which we are introduced to the theatre group, they have got a film actor who usually plays villains to play the central lead.
Okay.
The lead in this play, the play is Hayavadan by Girish Karnad. So for those of you who know Hayavadan, the main role of the hero is actually a composite of 2 men. There's Kapil and Devdutt, whose bodies kind of get exchanged. Long story, I'm not going to explain however that. But the point is that good and bad are in one person. Yeah, that's the central point of however that. And so there's this guy who's usually a film actor and therefore has slightly higher, standing in this situation, is able to get more crowds, is able to get producers to watch the play. So there's a certain amount of resentment about this film guy coming in, and he's obnoxious, he's famous, he brings that sort of brashness to the theatre. So the older members, the men, especially the guy who used to play the lead before this dude, sort of strutted in, he's not entirely thrilled about this development, but they're all like, he's just bringing us more attention, so cool. The one woman in the theatre troupe, at one point, after a cast party.
So tell us about Bye Bye.
So that's Tiberias. That's the other one. I mean, the World Cinema Collection this time is filled with, like every time, filled with many wonderful things. But I'm highlighting Bye Bye Tiberias really because of the situation that we're in globally right now. For those who have found a rock that they can live under. If you did not know that there is a war between Israel and Palestine at this point
in time, you should just stop listening to this also. I
mean, it's been, I think for anyone who is online, it has been it has been a horribly harrowing experience to witness this long distance and to feel the kind of helplessness that you do when these things are happening in a way that all you can do is watch or perhaps send some money to organizations. It's also a terrifying thing to watch from the perspective of being in a country that has a strongman leader, because Israel is a country with a strongman leader. Hamas is a group with strongman leaders, and strongmen just are not particularly helpful to mental health or world peace, as it turns out. So Bye Bye Tiberias is a documentary by Lina Sualem, that follows this actress whom everybody, I think, will know from Succession. Her name is Hayam Abbas. She, at one point of time, left Palestine to become an actor. And in Bye Bye Tiberias, she comes back with this film troupe to Palestine to meet her mother, her grandmother, sisters, and in a small village in Palestine. And it's a great reminder, I think, of something that we tend to forget when we look at places as just war zones at times of war. This is not just a place that has been bombed. This is a world and this is a country. People have been living here. These are homes and families that are rooted in this land. They are not, this is not an airport, and Bye Bye Tiberias sort of, gives you a really sensitive portrait of that.
Nice.
Also the look of someone looking in from the outside, that liminal zone that I think a lot of us know, where you neither belong in the homeland nor are you belonging in the foreign land. You're sort of out of place everywhere and belonging in the same way in both places. Very sensitively done. It will never come to commercial theaters here. But I hope a lot of people see it.
But we are going to talk about something else to do with Bombay and people from Bombay in something else as well. But for that, you'll have to tune in to, we are going to get off the video, and for the full audio podcast, you have to log on to the website on any of our streaming platforms, and we'll see you on the other side.
Journalism at News Laundry is powered by the public, because when the public pays, the public is served. Visit newslaundry.com/subscription and pick a payment plan of your choice. Pay to keep news free and independent. Your future, and indeed the future of democracy, depends on it.